Oh my god! Wow! Howdy folks, we're here again to watch some more TikToks, react to crazy people being crazy. If you enjoy this type of content, please let me know by commenting that you want to see more or liking the video. Don't forget to leave a Don't forget to subscribe. And let's get into it.
Nice.
About the worst target client I've ever had.
This is the only client I have ever had to refund. So back when I was first starting out, I was taking anyone that wanted to be my client, so families, engagements, babies, literally anyone. And my sister's nail lady had seen her maternity photos that I did and asked if I would be interested in doing a big family session for them. The nail lady, I believe, was Vietnamese, and she had family come to Vietnam, and so they wanted a family photo of like all the kids and their families and the grandparents. So we're talking like 20 people here, which is a lot of work if you want each kid individually, each family individually. But I confirmed with her that she only wanted just the big family, and she also just wanted like the grandparents and all the grandkids. I had to sign a contract because I'm not stupid, and then I went to meet them at the designated time. They didn't really want to listen about any times that were good for lighting. They wanted it at their house at this time because it worked for everyone. So though we had agreed to like basically a set number of photos and who were going to be in the photos, that is not what happened. I showed up and every family wanted a photo. The kids just wanted photos. It was just a lot. I was very overwhelmed, and I just proceeded to run around for the next hour taking any photo that they wanted. After the hour was up, she thanked me, she paid me, and then I left and I went and edited the photos, and it took me about 2 weeks, which is pretty fast, and I gave her about like 90 or so images. And then she let me know that she hated every single one. So I was definitely really crushed to hear that, and honestly really annoyed because I had obviously over delivered. I had spent so much time editing, going through all the photos. Like it took me probably another 4 hours to go through everything. Yeah. And for her to hate every single one was just like upsetting. So we got on the phone and she told me again that she hated everything. She wanted a refund, and I was just like, okay. Honestly, I think I kind of handled it poorly because I'm pretty sure I like kind of yelled at her back because she was yelling at me. But I could tell from the gallery that she hadn't like downloaded any of the images. So I was like, okay, we'll compromise and I will give you half of your money back. So okay, that's fine. And I basically removed all the photos that were like not included in our original contract, and I said those would be watermarked, and then everything else I had promised her would not be, and she could download those freely. And something that had stuck out to me at the shoot was that they commented on how much Lululemon I was wearing at the time I worked at Lululemon. So I had either just come from work or was going to work, and so I was decked out in Lululemon, but Lululemon is not cheap, and so I feel like they assumed I had money, and so I don't know, that's just an assumption. I have no idea. But after I refunded her the money, I changed the gallery settings, and then she downloaded all of the images. I think she downloaded them a couple times, and I was always like, for someone who hates the images, you download all of them. So from that moment forward, I decided I was never going to do that many people in one photo session ever again.
So, it's wild, in my opinion. I've dealt with a lot of situations like that myself, where like client is like, oh, so nice, and then it's more specifically the not paid clients that are fussy like this. I've not so far had a paid client have that much to say about the gallery. It's only TFPs, which is crazy to me because TFP means trade for print, which is basically supposed to be a portfolio ad. And the amount of times that I've experienced the client be like, oh, I don't like this, can you change this style, can you change this editing, can you do this, can you do that? And I'm like, I put the model call out for you. I put the model call out for you. You had the chance to look at my style. You cannot tell me that I'm not allowed to use my style now in editing photos of you. And it's wild to me how entitled some people think they are because they grew up treating the help like the help. And so technically I'm the help because I chose to do photos of them. And I always find it funny. There's been a couple times where I've been like, okay, this was TFP, but the amount of work you're telling me to put into this is going to cost money if you ask for me for any more. Anyways, next one.
Here's the thing. I didn't even want to get an MRI. I didn't ask for this little benign brain tumor. That's not what I wanted. So when the bill comes in, post insurance, and I have to pay $1,500 for pictures I didn't want, I could have had, listen, I got a little camera here. I could have had one of my little friends take the pictures if that's what we had to do. Doc, you did not have to send me to your own in-house photographer. Especially because if you look at the itemized bill, they charged me $223 for like the 5 minutes that I sat after I got the MRI when they were just making sure I didn't die. Insurance did adjust that down to $16.75, but $16.75 for 5 minutes? That is $201 an hour. I'm changing my profession.
Just choked on my own spit. So this isn't actually a photographer. The MRI people, okay? I hope to God that there's no one out there that's that expensive. But yeah, I don't know. There's not that much I can say about that because it's not a real photographer. It's wild. I'm sorry. But I like how it's captured the worst photographer experience in Seattle. What did the comments say? There's only 14 comments. Not one of your little friends. And I had my son, they charged me $128 for the doctor to look, not touch my C-section scar. Apple for charity care through the hospital. $16 to sit down. I'm bringing my own chair. Yeah, no, for real. I live in Canada, so that's not something I have to worry about per se. That's wild though. That is quite not right. Alright, next one.
Hey Ashley, so sorry that I ghosted you the last couple of times we scheduled a session to collab. My mental health's been bad. I've been through a breakup school, all of that. So very sorry, but I would love to maybe shoot this weekend if we can. I still want to do that idea that I had planned. I mean, no worries. Maybe next time if you could just communicate with me if you're going to cancel instead of just like completely ghosting, because I was worried about you. But I understand being 18, life's overwhelming, especially with school. So no worries, we can try to do it this last time. I have one slot available this Saturday if you want to snag it, and we can create that vision you had. Oh my God, thank you so much. You're the best. I promise I will communicate with you next time. So I will see you on Saturday. It's Saturday. Hey, just checking in with you. I know we have a couple hours until the shoot, but I just want to make sure that you have everything and you're good to go. If I need to pick up any props or anything like that beforehand, just let me know. I'm very excited. Hey, thanks so much. Nope, I got everything, and I will see you at the set time. 15 minutes before our session's about to start. Hey, sorry, I'm gonna be about 30 to 35 minutes late. Sorry about that, but also I'm bringing my mom, and she's going to need new headshots for her business card, so just letting you know that we'll do hers first, and then we'll do our collab. I mean, I'm already at the location, so if you could maybe not take 30 minutes, that would be great. You also did not communicate with me that your mom needed headshots. I can probably squeeze that in. I have no information about her business or the vision for any of that, but here are my rates for headshots. So if you want to send me that really quick before you get here, that'd be great. And then we can do those and do this collab. Wait, what do you mean rates for headshots? You're just not going to do it for free? My mom just needs a few for her business cards. All you have to do is snap a photo. It's not going to be hard for you. Okay, no, it's not just snapping a button. It's a lot of retouching and editing I have to do, plus adding it more to my workload when this is supposed to be a collab. You have not only disrespected me, but you've also wasted my time multiple times, and you're making me wait on top of ghosting me several times. I gave you a lot of chances, but I am just going to end this work partnership right now. I don't want to work with you anymore. Thank you for the collabs we've done in the past, but I don't appreciate how you've treated me. I wish you the best of luck in being a model. I'm excited to see you grow, but it's just not going to work with us anymore. Excuse me, F you for talking to me like that. You should be paying me for my services. Once I'm done putting you on blast on my Instagram, you'll never be taking photos again. I will ruin you. Blocks me on Instagram and nothing happens.
Stop it. Get some help.
You know, when people say that shit about when people say that shit about they'll make sure you never take a photo again, most of the time, the people who are actually looking for a photographer will not take your advice because they've probably seen how you treat a business. Like, realistically, if you're a smart person, that person will now go to their account and see this story and be like, oh, that was so-and-so. I hate people who do this. Okay, sorry. I don't hate people who do this. It's just, you waste so much of our time by being like, oh, I'm going to be like 30 minutes late. And in this situation, she said she only had one slot. So if you're going to be 30 minutes late, you might be biting into another shoot that she has planned. So now you put her in a situation of, does she keep it true to you to be professional, or does she cancel with you so she keeps the one later with her other client? And I think in that situation it should be the latter. But depending on how cool this would have been for her portfolio, I don't know. It's, stop wasting our time, okay? Okay, stop. Be on time. Don't be out here changing the day, the schedule, the location the day before. Like I said in I think my first one about the misunderstanding between me and a client, where it was like, oh, she lives in Edmonton and I live in Calgary, and here we are. But that was healthy. It wasn't because we were being mean to each other, or she was trying to ditch, or I was trying to ditch. It was just a situation of we misunderstood, because the way that I market myself, I market through Facebook groups. And so it was this Alberta girls group, and I'm used to normally getting my jobs from a Calgary girls group. So I was just assuming. I just assumed, okay? And that's why you learn not to assume. Next one.
Hi, my name is Calista. I'm a photographer from Virginia. We're going to talk about the top 5 things that we hate that clients do to us, and they have the audacity to do. Do's and don'ts, but we're talking about the don'ts. 1, you don't look at our style. What does that mean? Ooh. Before you hire us, we need you to actually look at the style of editing that we have, because when we're done with your photos, we're going to have that style of editing on your photos. We're not going to re-edit a whole new style just for you. That style is what best represents our work.
What sets us apart.
And we're not going to change it on your request. So you need to do your research and see if you like us before you hire us. Too many people do not do this. It's common sense. 2, ask for a discount. The audacity to 1, ask for a discount, or 2, tell us that we're too expensive. No, we're not too expensive. You can't afford us and you don't value the work that we have. That's a you problem, not a me problem. 3, you come to us without clarity of your needs. We want you to see yourself in our work. We really do. We love that. But we don't know how we are going to fit in if you're not telling us what you want to hire us for. It's very easy to just think about, this is what I want, and communicate that. Thank you. Number 4, re-editing images. Why are you re-editing the images? You get the photographer, you hire the photographer, and then you re-edit the photos after they're finished. This is really disrespectful because it's not a true representation of what our work is. It's just really disrespectful. Plus 90% of the time it's in the contract. Number 5, this is very important. This is so important. Asking for raw images. When you hire a photographer, there's a business breakdown. You're asking the photographer to shoot the event. You're purchasing final edited images. You're not purchasing unfinished work, right? Why would you get a painting from someone and not let it be finished? Why would you buy grapes when you really want wine? You know what I mean? You're getting there? I'm getting there. Does that make sense? It's truly disrespectful to ask a photographer for the raw images because 1, you didn't pay for it. 2,
You need them.
like, why do you need them? You hired the photographer to do the work and they did. 3, if that's something you talked about before and they agreed to it and it's in the contract, that's a whole other story. Or they allowed you to pay for them. But don't just expect it for free. Don't demand it. Don't be a Karen. Like I said, it's a business model. You're hiring for the final product. You're not getting grapes. You're getting wine. If you don't value us, don't contact us. If you aren't going to respect us, don't contact us. If you don't understand a photography business model, don't contact us. If you don't like our style, don't contact us. This.
Hey, hello. Can you say hello? Look it, say hello. It's nice to see you. What you doing? He has opinions. What's your opinion? Exactly.
Child. Anyway, so
Essentially, there was 3 points in this that I very much agree with, and I appreciate that the first one was essentially what I just said about looking for style. I know in the situation that I'm annoyed at is the TFP side, but if you're gonna be doing a TFP, you can't be asking for someone to completely change your style and take yourself out of the images just so you'll be happy with them. This is not okay. This is not happy times. This is very frustrating for photographers. It makes us feel very undervalued. And then the last 2 were about the re-editing and asking for RAWs. No. You re-edit, you make us look like a shit photographer, we don't get more business from you. We don't. That whole thing was just a waste of time because you've now made us look like we're bad at photography. People who see your photos are not gonna book us. And so it was a waste of time because now all of that work for nothing. For it not to reach anyone else because you decided to put Valencia on it. Because it looked better. Most of the time it'll already be edited, so if you put another edit over it, it's gonna look so bad and so loud and gross and pixelated to hell. And asking for the RAWs, you don't get the RAWs. Half the time the RAWs are bad. They're either super overexposed, super underexposed, blurry, you know. It's a situation of you don't get that courtesy. It's not in the... If you're hiring a photographer, you don't need the RAWs because you don't need to be editing it yourself. If you're going to hire a photographer, hire them for the job. All of it, not just the photo, take the photo part. We're gonna watch one more.
The worst client that I've ever had. For me, this is probably the most disgusting request from a client that I've ever had, just morally. So I'm a photographer and I mainly shoot fashion portfolios, fashion portraits. But on Mother's Day, I used to do a kind of 1-day thing where I would shoot mums and daughters, but like in a fashion way, like a fashion family portrait, if you will. And I used to love these days. We used to make them so cute. I'd get hair and makeup in. We'd have all like flowers and cupcakes. And it was just like the cutest day ever. Anyway, I had a mum and 2 adult daughters come in for the Mother's Day shoot, and took the shoot, was fine, sent the images out to them, and the mum rings me and she's like, there's an issue with the photos, and I was horrified, obviously. Anyway, this lady tells me that she's upset because one of her daughters looks much better than the other daughter. Damn! What? I didn't really know what to say to this. Like, one of the daughters was maybe, let's say, commercially more photogenic than the other one, just in life, you know? But the lady had wanted me to Photoshop the daughter that she was unhappy with in the images to be the same size, like dress size, as her daughter that she was content with the images of. And I quote, make her face look a bit better. Well, can you actually imagine like, aren't our mums? My mum has got pictures of me where I look freaking hideous. Like, literally, I used to be a model, and she could have chosen any one of the images that she has of me in my entire, like, 15-year modeling career. And she's got some, like, horrible photo of me, like, when I'm throwing my granddad's ashes into a farm with my sister. Like, we look hanging. And she still thinks we look freaking beautiful. Imagine arriving to a family gathering, your mum's got a pickup, and she's had the photographer, like, Photoshop you so you look completely different. What would you do? What was I supposed to do?
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
That's horrible.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
I don't know what to say to that.
As someone who has been bullied like that by their parental, I'm so sorry. Imagine being so stuck up and having that broomstick up your ass so much that you have to Photoshop your daughter to look like your other daughter. Tell me there's no favorites there. Tell me there's no favorites there. All right, that's it. Bye.